So it's been 4 years now since Steve Wynn stepped away from the gaming industry. In 2018, he did this because of sexual misconduct allegations against him. And now we have them still going after Steve Wynn for potentially millions of dollars. Even all this time later, we're going to explain why this is. Why are they trying to cancel Steve Wynn in such a way? I don't know the answer to that, but this is a really interesting story. We're going to go over the bullet points. How is it that you can quit your job, move away from the industry, take the company that you created and divest yourself entirely from it, and 4 years later still have them coming at you to cancel you, even though these investigations that were made by the state said that they proved something, and court cases against Steve Wynn said that they proved absolutely nothing, and the court cases were completely dropped. So we're not going to get into whether or not Steve Wynn did it or didn't do it, but we're going to talk about how is it that the state of Nevada thinks that they can go after a man who's now no longer with the company. He's a private citizen, and it's worth millions and millions of dollars to this guy. And he's an older gentleman, and he's basically completely blind at this point, and he's not getting back into gaming anytime soon. I hate to disappoint you if you're looking for that. My name is Steven. I'm not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Hit the bell for future notifications. You know, if you guys subscribe to this channel and you leave a comment or you like the video, it really helps the YouTube algorithm. YouTube looks for people to do these actions because it tells YouTube, without you saying, hey, dear YouTube, I like this video, it tells the YouTube system to recommend it to other people. So if you watch my videos regularly, you're not subscribed, please subscribe and do those actions on every video. That would be great. It only takes you 2 seconds, doesn't cost you anything. Be sure to leave us a comment below. Do you love the Wynn properties? Do you think they've gone to hell recently? I don't know. I don't go into the Wynn very often, but I like the properties. I think they're beautiful inside. And also check out our channel sponsors. We have Pinay Magazine. Pinay Magazine is actually, of course, an Ethereum company. They're Ethereum 2.0 validators. They have a great program, and they are out here to showcase the global Pinay to the world. And a Pinay is a woman of Filipino origin, and Pinay magazine will be showcasing Pinays from North America in their first issue. Future issues will feature Pinays from the EU, the UK, all over the world, basically Australia, New Zealand, the GCC group of countries. They buy the side of Resorts World 1 month of every single year, and they also buy it for 1 week out of that month. Tongue twister there. Check them out on Resorts World. Check them out on Instagram by hitting the link below. Also, shouts go out to our partners over on Instagram, TKEX. They have the best validator program anywhere, bar none. Check them out in the link below, as well as VegasFaceMask.com. The only 2 masks you'll ever need. These are double-walled cotton masks, 100% man-made materials, not machine-made, no synthetics, made by my wife, no outsourcing, no nose wires, stays on your face, easy to breathe through, reusable, goes around the back of your head, not your ears. 2 for $25 with free shipping anywhere. We are still running the buy 4 get 1 free special, VegasFaceMask.com. All right, so it's a twisted tale. Steve Wynn helped build Las Vegas. He basically was a visionary, creating properties such as the modern version of the Golden Nugget as you know it today. People often forget about that one. He created the Mirage, of course, and he was paramount in creating properties like the Bellagio, the Wynn, the Encore. And in a way, Steve Wynn ushered in the modern corporate era of Las Vegas. So why is it that he is being canceled even to this date, now that he no longer has anything to do with it, the industry that he helped and made such a mark on? Well, Wynn stepped down in February of 2018. He did this amongst allegations of sexual misconduct. Now, if you ask around town, I think you would be hard-pressed to find anybody that says anything other than Steve Wynn is fantastic and we loved working for him. I heard a story once that when the Wynn was opening up, the Bellagio put their employees on notice that if they found their employees were applying at the Wynn and they could prove it, that they would be basically fined, terminated, suspended, and go ahead, find another job, because they were worried that so many people wanted to go work for the new Steve Wynn property. That's just the way he runs business, and apparently he was a great guy. I've heard this from males and females, by the way. But the allegations are that he did a bunch of horrible things, and he stepped away from the company in February of 2018. Now, he divested his entire interest in all of the company that he helped build, meaning that he no longer holds shares, no longer holds stock, no longer has anything to do with the property itself. He's not consulting. He doesn't go into the property. He doesn't, well, maybe he goes into the property, but you get the picture. By March of 2018, And in 2019, the state of Nevada, the regulatory commission, fined the Wynn Corporation $20 million, stating that they had not taken enough oversight in the operation of their own company and allowed these allegations to happen. The state of Nevada did do an investigation and found that there was wrongdoings. A couple of months later in 2019, as the Wynn Corporation was trying to enter into the Massachusetts market, they fined the Wynn Corporation $35 million. What did you fine them $35 million for? I don't know. It sounds like a cash grab to me.
I'm Steve Wynn, and this is my new hotel. The only one I've ever signed my name to. Can I get down now?
A complaint was filed in October of 2019 for after Wynn had been gone from the company for 18 months. The complaint was that they basically need to file against Steve Wynn. They have to take money from Steve Wynn. Now, when Steve Wynn's attorneys argued back to a district court judge here in Clark County in the Las Vegas region that basically, we'll strike a deal with you. Look, we'll make sure he doesn't return to the gaming industry, but that deal was never reached. And then in November of 2020, Clark County judge ruled that they have absolutely no ability, the regulatory commission, to go after a guy like Steve Wynn after he's basically left the industry. You can't go after somebody that's basically left the industry and you filed your complaint after he left the industry. So he's no longer related to the gaming industry. You had to file your complaint. You were too late. You couldn't do that. But the regulatory commission fired back. And in 2022, regulators are now saying that what they really need to do is punish Steve Wynn financially, because if they don't punish people financially for things that they did while they were heads of corporations, then there's a good chance that all they're going to do is go ahead and leave the company for a little bit and then come back into the gaming industry. So they need to put an end to all this, completely ignoring the fact that previously they Steve Wynn's attorneys tried to make a deal that would say that, you know what, I'll never return to the industry. They didn't want that deal, but now they want to get blood from a stone, it would seem. Now, look, you got to consider everything, okay? I don't know if Steve Wynn did it. I don't know if he didn't do it. The state found that there was some misconduct, but a private lawsuit that was registered in the courts here said that there was no case because the women were refusing to use their real names. So if you don't know, in American courts and justice system, you can be an accuser and you can go under Jane Doe or John Doe. Okay, these were Jane Does. And the judge said to the Jane Does, you need to present us with more evidence by this date, and you need to tell us your names, or else we're not going to be able to process this lawsuit any further, and I'll have to drop the whole thing. The Jane Does said, well, we work in the industry still, and we don't want to lose everything and be blacklisted from these properties forever because Steve Wynn is such a powerful guy. Remember, Steve Wynn has not been a figure in the industry since 2018 when he completely left it. But they argued that they couldn't do that, and the lawsuit was completely dropped. So look, it's kind of like this. Back in the day, O.J. Simpson beat the actual case against him, but he lost the civil case. Well, everybody knows what O.J. Simpson did. I'm not going to go into it, but he was basically able to get off with a jury of his peers, but had a judge find him guilty down the line. There's two types of cases here. There's the state coming against you, and then there's civil lawsuits coming against you. He's beaten the civil lawsuits. They didn't want to give their names, but he looks like he is fighting another lawsuit. Why are they trying to cancel this guy 4 years after he left the company that he built? That's what I'm not fully understanding. Is it happened to be that the state of Nevada is completely broke? Probably. Look, we had a 78-day shutdown in 2020. It was what happened. You know, if you consider the fact that right now casinos are making about $1 billion a month in wins, and most of those wins go to the state, or a large portion of them go to the state, you got to take about almost 3 months, and you have to subtract that in from the coffers of what the city and the state actually has to play with. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was just a cash grab to go after Wynn, because it's obvious at his advanced age that he is really not all that interested. From what I hear, he might be looking at guiding the Wynn to a better place, but he's not interested in fully returning to the industry. Now, I could be wrong, and I'll probably have one of my inside sources tell me I'm wrong, so you probably will get an update video if that's the case. But that's the situation, and I thought I would bring it to you because it's a curiosity as to why it's actually happening, and I thought you might be interested in the story. But you tell me if you're interested in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. All that stuff helps us more than you know. My name is Steven. I'm not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. Be sure to check out our channel sponsors, Pinay Magazine, as well as VegasFaceMask.com. I was wearing it just now, looking for it, and I'm like, wow, look at that. This shirt is interesting. So I'll tell you the story behind this shirt I'm wearing right now. So this is a Spider-Man shirt. It's obviously very Japanese. And we were shopping at a Goodwill, and we go to Goodwill because we buy clothes and we put them into what's called a balikbayan box, which is a thing that Filipinos send. It's a giant box. You have basically unlimited weight. There's a few restrictions. You can't put gold bricks in it, for example, or weapons. But we send them over on freighter ships to the Philippines. Now, this shirt, when we brought it home, had a tag from a shop in the Philippines. This shirt was selling for the equivalent of about $10. This is actually a designer, and I can't recall the designer right now, based out of somewhere in Europe. This shirt sells for $35 online, or in shops in places like New York and LA, little boutiques. But it was had the actual tags on it. This is an extra large shirt in the Philippines, which is kind of hilarious. But I thought I would fill you in on that because it was weird. Well, we bought a shirt intending to send it to the Philippines that originally came from a shop with the brand new retail tags in the Philippines, and it's an extra large, and I'm wearing it now. It obviously fits me like a glove, and I only weigh 178 pounds. All right, guys, like, share, subscribe to videos. Thanks for watching. You're the best part of my day. Now it's time for the video where I say 3, 2, 1, click. Are you ready, Freddy? Crazy little thing called love. Hey guys, I want to thank you guys for sticking around and watching, and if you love Vegas videos, you'll find some more near my head. You can click on them and watch more Vegas-y stuff. Thanks so much. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. All right, am I done? Can I leave? Can I turn off the camera? I think I'm done now, right?